And good morning. It's the 3rd of June and I'm in Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania. I just went to the artesian well that gives the town its name. They say the water actually comes in under pressure all the way from the mountains in Maryland. But a beautiful, beautiful place, a charming town, absolutely charming. A lot of pride, a lot of making the most of what they got. Historic preservation, to be sure, but not necessarily in a way that is crystallized, something in the past. It's a vibrant little community here, not far out of Carlisle. A couple thoughts on my mind today. A couple days ago, I mentioned how my t-shirt made out of merino wool, I think the wool is breaking down. Yep. And I can tell. So this is my long sleeve shirt, but my other shirt, you can't clean it out anymore. You can't rinse it out. It comes out soapy. It feels soapy. I thought the smell that I was getting of ammonia was coming from the breakdown of the wool. I kind of think that's not it now. I kind of think the ammonia smell is coming from me. And if somebody has some thoughts on sweating out ammonia, somebody who knows physiology more than I do, I'd appreciate the comments. Could possibly be coming from the protein drink that I've been making and consuming right when I sit down after finishing hiking for the day. Has a little bit of protein in it. It's mostly sugar, but has a little bit of protein in it. And maybe that protein is being metabolized by me and then coming out in my bloodstream and then my pores as ammonia. But anyway, that's a little graphic for you. But let me show you some very pleasant pictures from Boiling Springs, which is a great place. So this is called the Children's Lake. And I want to say, like, children can fish here without a license or something. There's some like special rules here. But I have seen in the past in town here some very large trout. Obviously geese, ducks. Walking paths on both sides of this very charming lake. You see the little clock tower there, and just on the other side of it, in the trees, is where the Cafe 101 is, and the geese are having their little drama. Let me show you a little bit of the town here. These properties right along the lake are just wonderful. This is short of being on the ocean. This is about as good as it gets. Walking paths shaded on both sides of the lake. Back in the day, look at that. Yeah. Back in the day, this was a little bit of a tourist destination. People come up here and have a leisurely day around this lake. And that building formerly was owned by the ATC. I think now the Community Development Agency has it. And I'll pick up some water there. It rained a little bit last night. Last of the thunderstorms going through. So this whole area is sort of very moist and still a lot of dew and water, which is keeping it cool today, which is nice. And just like yesterday, with the flowers that, specifically the honeysuckle. Yeah, here we got more of it right here. Yeah. Going through this tunnel is just a wonderful aroma. It's not ammonia. It's overwhelming the ammonia smell. How's that? So it's very good. I like this little section. I mean, it has its moments. You're sort of never out of the traffic noise. And you go through at least 2 freeways in just a very few miles, but I do like this section. The Appalachian Trail here passes right by this family cemetery. It's quite interesting. Almost all the graves here are pre-Civil War. Some are more than 200 years old and the stones are still legible. What I also found interesting is some of the headstones of the women described not only to whom they were married, but also whose daughters they were. Something kind of unusual for the time. From this, I was able to piece together that 2 of the women here were both married to the same man, obviously at different times, and they were both named Margaret, but were obviously 2 different women. Graves in here of infants. We sometimes forget how prevalent infant mortality was in those days. Can't help pass by something like this and reflect on your own mortality and the shortness of life. Okay, coming up to a crossing here. It's all very safe for the AT hikers, and this is US 11 here. This area is known for its logistics. I have a couple interstate freeways going right through the area here. Ooh, lost my hat. Plus these other federal highways, state highways, a dense knot of rail lines as well. Makes this ideal for Amazon, Walmart, FedEx, UPS, but also many, many, many other trucking companies who are all operating out of this area, have warehouses. Makes it a very easy entrepot, I think is really what the term is in economics. So you're never far away from the traffic noise here in this section, but that's because there is so much traffic. And there's a lot of traffic, a lot of trucks, and rail cars. Interesting feature here. The best surprises are the unexpected ones. I had no idea this was here. An honor system thing with Gatorade, cold drinks, ice cream. Well, I didn't get my ice cream at the state park, so I'll have some here. Not a half gallon though. He's got his fishing pole out. I don't know if you can see it. What's more delicious than that? I mean, no kidding. You see this everywhere in America. Little stream. Nothing special. people out enjoying the day by fishing.